my name's Jules. Welcome to my crafty podcast, So Sweet Violet. Today is a very, very pretty sunny autumn day. It's beautiful. Looking out of my window, I can see all the glorious autumn leaves. It's a bit breezy, lovely and sunny. Ah, so nice. I'm coming to you from West Sussex in England, and I live with my gorgeous husband, PT, and my grown-up son, George, and my daughter, Bryony. She lives with her boyfriend, just about 20 minutes away. And we also have our gorgeous whippet girl, Mabel, who is adorable. Okay, so you can find me as So Sweet Violet on, let me think, on Instagram, where I'm most active, on Ravelry, on Etsy, on Shopify. Is that everywhere? YouTube. I also have a blog where you'll find all the show notes to this episode, and the links for all the places you can find me will be down below this video on YouTube. Okay, let's get started. I have so much to share today that I don't really know where to begin, but I'm going to try and be very methodical and not let that overwhelm me. But first, coffee in my gorgeous Emma Bridgewater baby mug with blackberries on. It was funny because yesterday I did some cleaning in my kitchen and put my fairy lights back up. Well, my old ones had died, so I had to get some new ones. And I showed a picture on Instagram of my kind of sink area where the fairy lights are, my kitchen window basically. And in that picture was my mug cubby. And a lady, I can't remember who you are, and I'm really sorry if you're watching this, a lady said, "Oh, it'll be time for your mug shuffle soon." And I thought, actually, very good point. I'd forgotten about it. So I think it will be mug shuffle time soon. And put all my winter and Christmas ones out. But this is quite autumny. I love this one. And I love coffee, as we all know. Okay, so let's start at the beginning. Finish things. So first up are my Twinkle and Dance socks by the lovely Kay Jones of the Bakery Bears, who is, oh, it's a bit of a funny light. I've had to put the lights on above here and it's sort of making a bit shadowy, but we will have to deal with that because although it's sunny, this room faces north, so it doesn't really get that much light. So I'm going to stand up and show you these. I think it's easier. So these are Kay's beautiful Twinkle and Dance socks from her Swish and Flick collective. I knit them out of an unknown colourway of Hedgerow Yarns yarn. This here is another colour that I knew but I don't know now. My brain can't retain information for very long. So if you'd like to know what colourway this is, please go to Ravelry, to my project page, and all the details, I'm sure, I hope, are there. But these are really pretty. So they're cuffed down actually, so let's start here. So they're cuffed down, 2x2 rib. It has this really pretty, I think this represents the windows of the Great Hall, but I could be mistaken. And I don't know what this represents, but I feel like I should, Kay, I'm sorry. Has a really lovely slip stitch heel, contrast one. I love this little band of garter here. And it has Kay's umbrella toe. And they are so pretty. I have two, because otherwise they wouldn't be a finished thing. Here we go, two gorgeous socks. And I really love them. I've been going through my socks lately and I've given quite a few pairs away to different people because I have been going through a silly phase of either making them too big or too small. So I need to sort that out. But these are just right, so maybe I have sorted it out. Another thing I wanted to tell you. I can't tell which is which, but I knit the first one on 2.25mm needles and I found it a little bit snug. I think I was a bit tense when I knitted that first sock. So I did the second sock on 2.5mm and that fits perfectly. So I am a tight knitter actually. So I'm thinking maybe I should knit my socks on 2.5. My 2.5 socks are probably equivalent to most people's 2.25 because I'm such a tight knitter. Not as tight as I used to be. But anyway, so love them. Thank you, Kay, for all of your beautiful patterns. She does the loveliest patterns. My next finished thing is my smitten flower. I get quite good exercise when I podcast because I don't know how podcasters stay sitting down. It's a skill I don't have. So this is a smitten flower for my smitten quilt, which I briefly spoke about on my last podcast. And I did say that today I would share a bit more about it and my other blocks. I call these flowers. But I do have a lot to talk about today, so I will talk about the smitten quilt another time. But yeah, if you look at the show notes for my last podcast, which would be podcast number 40, there I'm sure I put a link or I put some information about it there, I hope I did. But if anyone does want any information that they can't find, please just contact me and I'll be happy to point you in the right direction. But basically it's English paper piecing and I've used Liberty for the inside flower and this tiny, tiny print. It looks like black writing, but actually it's actually navy blue. I don't like this shadowy thing going on. I'm going to turn my lights off and see what happens. I think that's better. Does that look better? I don't know, but we'll go with this now, I think. So yeah, I think this is about 14, my 14th, possibly. So one day they will make a beautiful heirloom quilt. So I've got one more finished thing. Golly, it's got bright. The sun has come out and now it's got very bright. So I've tweaked my camera once again and let's carry on. So my third and last finished thing is this rope bowl. I was so inspired. I don't know if any of you follow, which I'm sure you do because she's amazing, Jade from Stitch Mischief. She makes such beautiful bowls and she's such a big inspiration to me. I love her. She is just a really lovely person and she's so inspiring. And her little girl Sky as well. They did podcasts for a while and I really miss you, Jade. Will you ever come back to podcasting? But anyway, she inspired me to have a go at rope bowls. I'm going to stand up again. So I did. This is the rope that I use for my drawstrings on my bags. Oh, it looks really cool in the camera. And it's just stitched on the machine with a zigzag stitch. I don't know how well that shows up. And I added some little fabrics. These fabrics are out of my Liberty scrap box, or my Liberty Beautiful Bits box. I should call it that because I call my yarn leftovers Beautiful Bits. So I think my Liberty fabrics should be Beautiful Bits. And I had these really cute little labels from Grain Deep. They sent me a really lovely kind of sample pack, I guess. And it's really cute. The only thing is it's upside down that way, but I think that's fine for now. Maybe I'll get some new ones which I'll flip the other way, but I think that's fine. Yeah, so I really like them and I loved making it. So I've decided to add some to my shop. I have ordered the boxes which came yesterday because that was my main concern, is how to package it so it doesn't get damaged. I mean, I think it could get quite squashed and still kind of ping back into shape. So it's not like it's glass or anything which would shatter. I think it would just get a bit bent if anything. But I've got some lovely double-walled, strong mailing boxes. So I think we'll be okay. They are pretty. I'm well chuffed with that. Okay, so that is all of my finished things. I'm going to have some more coffee. Let's move on to in the making. I'm going to show you the cutest thing first. Are you ready? This little guy is Panda. Look, he doesn't have any arms or legs. Oh, but he's so cute. Look at his little tail. He has a little tail. So adorable. This pattern is by Susan B. Anderson and it is called Panda. I'm knitting her out of Drops Flora. This is going to be her raincoat because I was chatting to Amy about this and I think it might have even been Amy's idea because we really love the TV series called Faith. And she has the loveliest yellow raincoat and we both love it. I think I may have spoken about this in my last podcast, but I'm not sure. So let me see if I can find a photo. Ugh. But it's been a joy to knit so far, except for the ears. I found them a bit fiddly and I'm not particularly happy with how mine have turned out. But look, oh, little coat. Oh, so cute. Look, can you see how her ears come out of her hood? Oh, so cute. So, obviously, she has arms and legs that need to be attached. And I've actually purchased some black stuffing. I had really hard trouble finding black stuffing because you might be able to see on her little chest, you can just see the white stuffing showing, which I'm not 100% happy with that. So I've ordered some black stuffing to stuff her arms and legs because they are all black. Oh, she's so cute. Oh, I do love her. Look at her little face. I also had some issues getting the safety eyes to stay in. So what I did to make them a bit safer is I cut a piece of cream felt, like a circle with a hole in, and held it at the back of the work so it's got more stability, because I'm hoping that one day this may be for a little baby. I think it may be a long time in the future before I'm a granny, but that is my wish. So don't know if I've got the colours. Let's see, I don't think it said on the labels what colours these were, and I haven't got my glasses on, so that's not helpful. No, one of them is 06. Could be the white or it could be the black. Well, basically this is a cream natural colour and this is the black. And one of them's 06 and one of them is 01. I would imagine this is 01, wouldn't you? And this is 06. What a muddle. Am I fuzzy? No. But I will endeavour to put all the info on Panda's Ravelry page. But how cute is she? She's really flumpy and cute. So, yep, I've got her arms, legs and her raincoat to knit, and then she will be done. Secondly, I need to show you this bag. Oh. Do you know whose artwork this is? I will tell you. It is Glorious Gaynor from Tales of Cuckoo Land. We had the loveliest meetup last week. Gosh, it's just over a week ago. Oh, I'd love to do that again right this second. It was so fun, but I will tell you a bit more about that later. But Gaynor gifted this to me and I love it. And do you know why I love it more than ever? Is because this check fabric here and the backing and the lining is Bill's old duvet cover. And that makes me so happy because I feel there's so much love in this. Ah, love it. Anyway, in here I have, well, let me show you because I've got half a finished object. I have one gingerbread man sock and I adore these. The colour is gorgeous. Oh, there's something about them that I'm really, really adoring. So this is the yarn. Let's start with the yarn. The yarn is by Mr. B's yarn and it's called, I think it's The Gingerbread Man. Oh, I haven't got the label. I think it's The Gingerbread Man or just Gingerbread Man. This is just a random pink that I had lying around with some sparkle in it. But look at that Gingerbread Man yarn. It is gorgeous. I don't know if Claire and Mr. B are doing this again this year, but if they do, I urge you to grab some because it knits up so prettily. Okay, so the pattern I have used is my Mabel sock pattern. And I've replaced the Mabel cable with 4 stitches of garter at the beginning and the end of needle 1, so the front stitches. Sometimes things are very hard to explain and you know they're simple, but explaining them is much harder. Yes, so it's my Mabel socks, replacing the Mabel cable with 4 stitches of garter at the beginning and end of needle 1. And my Mabel sock has this mini gusset heel, which is a short row heel, but it has a mini gusset here and then it's decreased. So it gives more width across this bit and they fit me so well and I have quite a high instep. So they were knit toe up using my beanie toe. I did show these in my last podcast, so you probably know all about these. Knit, 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 mini gusset heel, knit, 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 1 by 1 twisted rib. And I did a really long rib on these. And I love it. So I am chuffed with those. These are knit on 2.25. And they fit perfectly. Who knows? So I've started sock number 2. There we go. These are my favourite ever sock needles, and these Chiaogu fixed needles. I've tried the twist and I really like the twist. Now it's gone all dark. I really like the twist needles, but I find they get weak here, and I've had 2 now that have snapped, like the little screw-in bit snapped inside the screw hole, if that makes sense. So I prefer the fixed. And I think that's partly because I'm a tight knitter and I put quite a lot of tension on the needles. They're not made of armour, are they? So anyway, I love these and I'm really looking forward to finishing them so I can wear them. Oh, and I also have this in here. Can you guess who made this for me? That little black dot. Oh, looks like my needles poked it. Yeah, can you guess who made this for me? It's the lovely Sherry Iris. Oh, she's such a lovely lady. Do you watch her podcast? You should. Well, it's not a podcast, it's a vloggy pod, I think, or poddy vlog. Poddy vlog, vloggy pod. Could be either one of those. And she's not done one for a little while. Sherry, we're waiting. But she gifted this to me. She's actually given me some yarn support for a new pattern. I haven't even started designing it yet because I feel I have my thumbs in so many different pies at the moment. My head is going to explode if I start something else. I have so many things going on. But I love this. And it smells like lavender heaven. It smells like spring summer. I feel all out of place today. Normally when I podcast, Pete will take Mabel for a walk for me on a Thursday. So that's generally my podcasting day. And I will kind of slowly get ready so I can wake up, have a couple of cups of coffee, and then get straight on and podcast. And that's how I normally do it. I feel a bit different today because I got up, got ready. I did the next stage to my sourdough because Gaynor, the glorious Gaynor, is guiding me through sourdough. She even gave me some of her starter. And so I've been doing the folds. I've done 2 folds on my sourdough. I think I bake it tomorrow. Feels quite confusing at the moment, but I think I'll get the hang of it. So I've done the kneading, put it in a glass oiled dish, done 2 sets of folds an hour apart. So my timer will probably go off in a minute to tell me I've got my 3rd set of folds to do. So that is proving, I think it is. And last night, after doing my fairy lights, I put all my Christmas cake fruit ingredients in a bowl with the brandy to soak overnight. And then after I'd kneaded my dough, I then made my Christmas cake mixture, and that is now in the oven. I just had the washing machine finish. Whew, so it's all gone on here this morning. I've had several phone calls. So I think that's why I feel a bit overwhelmed is not the right word, but a bit wrong. Anyway, we're getting on well here, aren't we? Okay, my last in the making is in this bag. Got my little, got my Marjorie Winterbird on there. She's so pretty. Look at her. So cute. There's some of those in my shop. I think there's always, I think there are also some Marjorie Lovebirds as well. I'm getting a bit low on some of my pins, actually. So, this is one of my many pies I've got my thumb in at the moment. My last podcast, you may remember that I had a bit of a brainstorm about peach gift sets. Well, yes, it's progressed. Let me recap. Maybe you didn't see last episode. So, I decided to do peach gift sets, which would include a washcloth, a peach soap, a knitted peach, which was in last time's podcast, a peach candle, and some peach sweeties. I think that was everything. So I've started. I think my little gift sets will come in one of my rope bowls with some peach fabrics. I'm not doing many of them, maybe 2 or 3 for like family gifts or friendly gifts. And so I've started a dishcloth, one of my wondrous dishcloths. and I've talked about these a million times, but basically they are my perfect size dishcloth. They are a rectangle, they're double-sided, and they're connected. Oh, I've just done a connecting row, so I can't pull it apart, but it's almost like they're quilted. Can you see those little nubble bits? That's where the fabric is connected, so it stays together. They wash and tumble dry perfectly, and if anything, I think they get better. I've got a little pot. Pointing, it's my kitchen. I've got a little pot in my kitchen where I keep several of these, and I just get a fresh one out every day, and the other one pops in the wash. I love them. They are so perfect, and I just love them. So I really wanted to make peach ones, but didn't have any peach cotton yarn. But I have since ordered some from possibly Love Knitting. And so that's the start of my gift sets. I have ordered some peach sweeties. Bryony is coming round on Saturday and we're having a girly crafty day, so we're going to be making some candles. And I have bought some soap. That's how far I've got so far. I'll show you the soap because I have so many words in my head that need to come out. So please excuse me if I am very talky today. Okay, so last year, Bryony and I went to Bath. Was it last year or was it the year before? I'm sure it was last year. Anyway, we had a lovely time. And they have lots of market stalls. We went for the Bath Christmas markets. And one of the stalls was a French soap shop. And the guy running it was called Andy. And I was before my real interest in using less plastic. And I was looking at the soap, and it's just like sweeties. They were just all these pretty colours, and the smell was amazing. They were all in wooden boxes. There was no plastic waste at all. And I was umming and ahhing. He said, go on, try some soaps, you'll love them. I was like, oh, okay then. So I tried his soap. This is the card that was popped in my bag at the time. And I kept it all this time. And then I went online searching for French soaps, only to come across his website, which I didn't realise was his. And it's called Chateau du Supplement. Does that mean soap castle? Castle of soap? Gaynor, you may be able to help me out here. I think it's Castle of Soap, but that sounds a bit odd. Chateau du Supplement sounds much better. Anyway, I ordered a box full of soaps. I think I got 7 in the end, because he has really great deals on his website. I'm not sponsored, by the way, I just really like it. And I got 7, I think, for £20, free postage. And I think I got a discount code as well. Oh no, I think the discount code was the £20 for 7. That's right. Anyway, it came delivered to me in this box, wrapped in brown paper. That made my day. Inside, got all my soaps wrapped up in tissue. Oh, the smell is amazing. I really just want to show you my peach soap. That's what I'm talking about, really. So all wrapped in tissue, and here are my peach soaps. They're so pretty. There's something really charming about just a soap without plastic or wrapping, and the smell is amazing. So if you are after soap for any reason, I would really recommend their website, or his website. And I've always also popped in 2 little samples. This one is definitely rose. Oh, this one, lemon or citrusy. So that's really lovely. And I ordered, I don't know if I can tell you exactly because they're all wrapped up, but I ordered rose as well. Got some peach, got some rose. Oh, Oh, shall I just unwrap them? Let me tell you what they've got. Rose, bergamot. Oh, nice. Bergamot. This is exciting because I can't actually remember what I ordered. Oh, that smells amazing. This is coconut. Oh my goodness, that is nice. Because I use soap in the shower every day now. Orange flower. Look at the colour of that, isn't that pretty? Orange flower. And what's this one? Oh, I don't know. It smells floral. Gosh, I don't know what that one is because I don't know what that is in French. Gainer. Gainer. Gainer helps me with everything. Gainer's my life coach. And then I've just got my peach ones as well. I think that's all of them. So I'm going to wrap those up after if you don't want to see me wrap my soaps up. So yeah, and as I said, I use soap every day in the shower and I think they make lovely gifts with the wondrous dishcloth or washcloth. I'm actually thinking about designing like a washcloth bag to put a soap in, so I think that will be one of my next patterns. So yes, I'm going to put that big box of soap over here. Dream knitting, I have a lot, but first up is the Dumbly shawl by Kay Jones. Another Kay Jones. I really love her patterns and I don't think you can find a more lovely couple than Dan and Kay. So this, I think this is part of Kay's Swish and Flick. Yes, it is. So the Dumbly shawl is part of Kay's Flick and Switch. Flick and Switch? Swish and Flick. Swish and Flick collective. And it's beautiful. I will insert a picture here. It's so pretty. It looks really, really squishy. And I adore the colours that Kay has used. So beautiful. I have decided that Kay's colours cannot be beaten, so I've got exactly the same ones. Oh, so pretty. This one is called Whole Grain, and this one is called Peachy. Look how pretty they are. The yarn is Malabrigo Rios, and I guess these are 100 grams. Yes, so these are 100 grams each and must be a worsted weight, I think. Not 100% sure. It says approximately 210 yards to 100 grams. I'm not very good at knowing what weight that is, but I would think that's worsted weight. So you need 3 of each colour to make the Dumbly shawl. That I think is going to be my December knitting. I might even start it before. No, I probably won't because I've got lots of gifty bits to do. My other dream knitting is I would like to make myself another snuggle down cowl, because when I met Gaynor last week, I also met Nikki, who is Clara Peggotty on Instagram, and also she is vlogging. Actually, 2 little shout outs. Oh, sourdough needs folding. Back in a minute. Oh, so my sourdough's just had its 3rd fold, so 1 more hour or have another fold. Then I think it goes in its basket in the fridge until the morning. I will have to check Gaynor's notes that she sent me. That's my squeaky chair, by the way, if you heard a squeaky sound. What was I saying? Oh yes, 2 of my lovely friends are vlogging this November, which is really nice and really fun because I think most people are waiting for December now. But the lovely Nikki, who I met last week and who I will carry on with that story in a moment, and gorgeous Kelly from Kelly Lay Yarns, no, Lay Family Yarns is also vlogging, and they're both on YouTube. Kelly's channel, I believe, is Lay Family Yarns HQ, and Nikki's is Nikki Winterton, but I will put links in my show notes on my blog so you can follow them. But they're so lovely, and it's so nice to see insights into their life. They're such lovely ladies. Anyway, back to dream knitting. When I met Gaynor last week, I also met up with Nikki, Amy, Little Tailoress Studios. She was supposed to come, but she's been very poorly with a cold. So she couldn't come, which was sad. But I had the loveliest time with Gaynor and Nikki. Honestly, the loveliest time. We went to the Ivy in Guildford. It's a gorgeous restaurant. And we basically were in there for 6 hours, and we were so well looked after. And we must have been having such a fun time that they brought us over a little mini birthday cake. Oh, it was so fun. Oh, we did have a good time. I will see. I haven't got any footage because when I do something like that, I never think to video because I'm just in the moment and I don't want to forget anything. And if I video, I feel like I'm missing stuff. So I will ask Gaynor, because she had the funniest clip of me and her when she blew a candle out, because that was very rude to blow a candle out like that. So I'm going to see if I can put that in here. Anyway, I feel like I'm all over the place. Anyway, what I wanted to say was that Nikki loved my cowl, and she is like me with mohair. She can't bear it on her skin. It's itchy and scratchy. And she obviously has princess fairy skin too. So she wanted to try my cowl, which is made of Surrey alpaca, which is the floof base from Kelly Lay. I gave Nikki my cowl. She loved it. I felt like a Wonder Woman. And I thought, oh, I'll just make myself another one. Anyway, on the way home, Gaynor brought me home. Gaynor came to my house. It was so fun. Anyway, on the way home, we popped into Amy because we had some gifts for her. And Amy just gave us yarn. It was so amazing. Oh, I have the best friends. I feel like I have the best friends in the world, and I feel so lucky. Anyway, look what Amy gave me. Oh, it's so pretty. This is Amy and Jen's floof. So this is dandelion and dogwood. I don't think they call it floof. I don't know what they call it, but it is the same base. So it's really soft and it wouldn't scratch. It wouldn't scratch a baby's bottom. It is so soft. She also gave me this. And it's on her pillow DK. Oh, that's the point. It's DK. Didn't notice that, but that's okay. I think I can tweak it for a DK weight. And look at those beautiful colours. This is, it hasn't got the name on, but I think it's a unicorn colour. It's so pretty. So I'm going to combine this with this and make myself another snuggle down cowl, because I miss having one, but I'm so happy that it's keeping Nikki snuggly and warm, and she just loves it, which makes me happy. So is that all dream knitting? Oh, peaches. I need to knit some more peaches, so that is another dream knitting. And I will put a link on my blog to my peach that I knit. That pattern was from Hunter Hammerson on Instagram. Okie dokie. What next? Let me talk about some of the gifts I received when I met Nikki and Gaynor. So you saw the bag that Gaynor gave me. She also gave me 2 such sweet little egg cups from Susie Watson, because she knows I love Susie Watson. It was so lovely. She also gave me a box because we did an advent swap. I've also got a box to open in December. And then Nikki, just got my basket here. Nikki gave us both a lovely present, and for Amy too. We dropped Amy's off later. Our presents were wrapped in fabric. Look at this fabric. It has bunnies on it. So beautiful. I love it. It's like a woodland scene with chickens and oh, it's got a beehive, foxes. It's so pretty. And she used this as wrapping paper. It's such a lovely idea. And it's tied in a bow with this little guy. So adorable. And she gave me a box of chocolates, which actually lasted no time. I snuffled those in no time. And also this brilliant book, which she got from the D-Day exhibition in Portsmouth, I think. And this has so much brilliant info in it. It's kind of, well, it looks vintage, although it's new, the paper and everything. And it's so interesting. It tells you how to look after all your garments and mend them and just keep them nice. And it's lovely. I love it. So, it's such a good day. It was such a good day. Shop news. So, I have decided through December, no I haven't, I have decided through November to just add things to my shop when I make them. And I decided to make some blasts from the past. Some things that I used to make when I was selling on Etsy and when I was selling on Not on the High Street. I'm just going to sprinkle lovely bits in my shop whenever I have them finished. I have quite a few things finished already. The first things going in my shop will be tomorrow, which is Friday, the 8th, I think. And then, I don't say it every day, but maybe every 2-3 days, or maybe every day, depending, I will be adding new things, just willy-nilly, whenever I get the moment to do it. So, I'll show you a couple of things going in. First going in, I have made a couple of quilted advent calendars. Let me stand up and show you. I have my pyjama bottoms on, so I had to be careful what I show. So this is my quilted advent calendar. I also sell the pattern to make this in my Etsy pattern shop. Link below. So this is basically just a quilted advent calendar. It's all hand embroidered with Christmas is coming. Has sweet little holly leaves and felt balls. It has a pocket from 1 to 24, and the pockets have little mini pom-poms, and they're hand stamped with the day. They're randomly stamped, all red and white, as you can see, kind of the Nordic look, really pretty fabrics. See the bottom. The back has just a lovely textured cream fabric with my stamped logo, and then it's got handmade binding around the edge, which is all hand stitched down. And on the back it has 2 little hangers, so you can hang it up. I find those, oh gosh, what are they called? They're like plastic hooks, but they have like a bit of plastic tape, so they're kind of easily removable. But you can use nails if you like, which is probably more eco-friendly, to be fair. So yes, I have 2 of these exactly the same. But if you fancy having a go at making your own, and they're really lovely to make, and I'm very proud of my pattern actually, because I needed to use my own pattern to make them because I'd forgotten. And I was like, wow, this is really good. I'm really proud of my pattern. It was really easy to follow. But it was, you know, I feel I should say that. So yeah, I have 2 of those going in. They'll be going in tomorrow. And I have a few other bits which I'm going to share with you, but I won't show you everything because I haven't made everything. I have a few of these little lavender sachets. So I've got blue ones. This is a hand stamped bird and a little cross stitch I've done. They're quite puffy with lavender. There's quite a lot of lavender in there. It has a lovely velvet ribbon hanger. I don't know if that's very easy to see, but there we go. And really sweet bird fabric. I love that fabric. And on the back is, this are my old labels actually, but they need using. I don't want to waste them. So it says handmade loveliness. So I have a few of these, and then I have a few in this colour combination. So it has a different stamped image, pink cross stitch heart, and it has beautiful red and pink fabric with a pink velvet hanger, same on the back. Then I have these, which call them teacher pockets. I think they're really sweet gifts for a teacher, like a Christmas thank you gift. So the teacher can hang this by their desk and they can put their glasses, stickers, pen or pencil, tissues, anything that they use. And it has an apple for the teacher. So this is my Red Delicious colourway. And again, this is the same binding, so it's handmade binding and hand stitched down, and the backing fabric's exactly the same as the Advents, and it has my label on. Oops, they have different colour inside the pockets, different fabric, and they are quilted, so they're nice and puffy feeling. Again, it has a velvet hanging handle. I love the detail on these apples, they're really fun to make. So I have the Red Delicious, I have Pink Lady. These are the names of the apples, by the way, if you think I've gone crazy. And this one's got gingham lining. And I have got Granny Smith. Oh, it smells so nice in here. All I can smell is that lovely soap. Yes, so these will also be going in my shop at some point. I have also made, it feels like, a million and three stitch markers, a stitch marker and progress keeper sets, and progress keepers, some really gorgeous ones for Christmas. I'm going to keep those a surprise for now, but they will be sprinkling in. Hopefully some rope bowls, maybe some more lavender sachets. I have lots of ideas, so yeah, so just keep an eye on my shop and I'll just be popping things in willy-nilly. So that's my shop news. Okay, so I'm just going to have a little chatter with you before I announce the giveaway winner for the lovely Lily Pond yarns. So I have chatted a lot. I told you I had a lot to say today. There's a couple of things I wanted to share with you. Number one, this seems to be the Gaynor show. I just wanted to mention that Gaynor is raising money for her son's school, for her lovely boy Bill, who is an utter joy and has struggles in this life. He's just joyous, as is Gaynor. And Gaynor is, what is she? I was going to say she's a sales assistant, but she's not a sales assistant, but she is affiliated with Neals Yard. And Neals Yard, if you're not familiar, sell the most beautiful hand creams, face creams, body lotions, essential oils, diffusers. They do brilliant Christmas gifts, and a lot of their things are in glass bottles. I will show you mine in a second. If you go to Gaynor's Instagram page, her bio, and click on the link in her bio, that will take you to Gaynor's page for Neals Yard. And for Gaynor to raise money for Bill's school, you have to shop through that link. If you shop through that link, Bill's school will get 25% of whatever you purchase, which I think is amazing. And whatever you buy Bill's school gets 25%, and it goes directly to his school. And his school needs lots of funding because it's such a wonderful school, but they don't have much funding. And so it helps immensely with the children's welfare and happiness. Anyway, I placed a little order a while ago. I think I'm going to place another one because they had a special deal. I think it was £70 and you get a really big gift box filled with some of their products. I think it'd be brilliant for Christmas gifts. So I think I might even split it up. So I think I might go and buy that. Sometimes they do free postage. I'm guessing they ship worldwide, but I don't know. It's a UK brand. And they're very aware of the environment. So I got this hair mask. And I actually used this last night and my hair felt so soft this morning. And it's like it's a coconut oil base with rosemary and cedarwood. And my hair feels really soft. Comes in a glass jar. It does have a plastic lid, but it's a glass jar, so that's really good. And I also ordered their festive scent for this year. I think every year they have a different fragrance for their festive oil. This will be going in my diffuser come December. It's gorgeous. What does it have in it? It smells a bit cinnamony. Pure organic. Oh, it's got frankincense and clove in there. So it's really lovely. So, oh, and I ordered some tea tree oil as well. Because we use that for all sorts in this house. And so I just wanted to give that a little plug because it's such a great cause. And yeah. The other thing I wanted to mention was the gorgeous Emily, who is one half of the Meanwhile at the Castle podcast and Yarnbrary Yarns, is hosting a knit along with prizes, I believe, and it's called Share the Warmth Cal, which I'll put on the screen here. So if when you're on Instagram, use that tag. Oh, I haven't told you what you've got to do. Basically, it's knitting hats for people in need. So it's kind of similar to what Amy, Florence and I did last year. But just knit a hat for somebody in need and use the hashtag #ShareTheWarmthCal, talking about that. I gave a hat, one of my hats, to a homeless man last week, and it was such a heartwarming experience. So I just decided whenever I go out, I'm just going to pop a hand-knitted hat, which I've made for this particular purpose, in my bag. And if I see somebody on the streets who looks cold and in need, I'm just going to give them one of my hats. I was nervous. This sounds silly, but I was a bit nervous going up to somebody I didn't know and saying, hey, would you like a hat? But it was just such a heartwarming experience. A gainer was with me as well, which helped. And I just went up to the man. I said, would you like a hat to keep your head warm? And he was so happy because he was using his hat to ask for money on the streets. So he put this hat on his head and he just looked so happy. And I feel I got more out of it than him, which feels wrong, but it was just such a nice feeling to think that he may have a slightly warmer head and have a little bit of hope in his heart that people do care. So that's a lovely knit along that's happening. If you go to Yarnbrary on Instagram, links will be in my show notes on my blog. And you can read all about it there. And remember to use the hashtag #ShareTheWarmthCal. I have one more announcement to make. Oh, before I go any further, this podcast is a shambles today, and I apologise. If you've made it to this point, well done and thank you. So, George's girlfriend Chloe, she works at the Queen Alexandra Hospital. She's a nurse. She's amazing. And she was telling me of another charity drive that was happening at her hospital. But I think when I asked her, I think it's over all hospitals. But basically, there are a lot of elderly patients who are stuck in hospital over Christmas, who don't have any relatives to visit them, and it must feel really lonely. So what the hospital are doing is they are asking people to donate gifts for the elderly. So I've decided to make up some little toiletry bags, and I'll put like nice toiletries inside plus extra things. So like I would put toothbrush, toothpaste, soap, some kind of container for soap. I say some kind of container because I don't want to use too much plastic for these little packages. So if anyone's got any good ideas of toiletries that don't use so much plastic, which aren't too expensive, please let me know. So what else? Hand cream, maybe some face cream, some tissues, things like that. And also they are asking for, I went on the website and had a little look. They've got an Amazon, well, the Queen Alexandra Hospital have an Amazon wish list. So I just wrote a few bits on there. And if you want to get involved in this, I would possibly contact your hospital, your local hospital, and ask if they're doing a similar thing. But it's such a lovely idea because I can't imagine being old, stuck in a hospital over Christmas, and lonely and poorly. It's just sad. So this whole podcast feels like a charity drive. So sorry. So anyway, on the list were puzzles, pens, puzzle books, word search, that kind of thing, dominoes, playing cards, colouring books and colouring pens or pencils, tissues, lip balm, all the toiletries that I just mentioned, like the basics, shaving things for men like razors and shaving foam, slippers, dressing gowns, anything warm, jogging bottoms, socks. So yeah, I just wanted to mention that because I thought it was a really, really nice thing to do. So I'm going to be making up a few toiletry bags and filling them with lovely things, hopefully not too plasticky. Also, things like sucky sweets like mints, Werthers, things like that. Possibly not toffees. So last but not least, I want to announce the winner of this beautiful yarn called Loving the Lily. And it's by Lily Pond Yarns. And the ladies behind that are Abby and Fiona. So pretty. And the winner is Janet, who is Yarn Taxi Driver on Ravelry. She was post number 23 and she lives in Connecticut in the USA. So Janet, if you could get in touch with me, I will send your goodies, and I say goodies because I've added some bits to it. So you will be receiving this beautiful yarn, this gorgeous yarn cozy, and this is by Di from Elm Tree Yarns. And this goes around your cake of yarn to stop it getting messy. You can make it different sizes using the pop studs. It's so pretty. I also have this cute little progress keeper from Lindsay at Simply Serving. Lindsay was so kind a while ago and just sent me a whole collection of things for giveaways. And this is a little Christmas tree cookie. So that's your bundle. And also, hello. And also let me know which one of my patterns you would like and I will send that to you. Janet, if you could get in touch with me and I'll get your goodies sent off to you and let me know which one of my patterns you'd like. And thank you to everybody, to Fiona and Abby and to Di and to Lindsay for donating all those lovely goodies. I loved reading all the comments on the giveaway post because they were all happy, positive things. So thank you everyone for entering and for writing your little stories. They are lovely. I have made it! My tummy's rumbling now. I can smell the Christmas cake. Oh, it smells so good. Anyway, it is beginning of November, so I'm not sure. I might be back with another podcast, but I will be back for Vlogmas if not. I was debating whether to do Vlogmas or not, but I really enjoy it. It's hard work, but I do really enjoy it. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you for sticking with me today if you've made it this far. It was a completely rambly one, wasn't it? I will try and be more concise next time. Thanks for subscribing. Thank you for watching. Thank you for commenting. Thank you for thumbs upping. Oh, you're the best. Well, until I see you next time, stay healthy and happy. Bye.